y'all, what's up? I'm Jigs. This is Jigs in these Wi-Fi streets. Thank you for clicking on my video. Please do subscribe, hit the like button, watch my other videos. I'm a hot mess. I'm always a hot mess. It's okay. Trigger warning, right? And before you drag me from here to Kingdom Come, because you're gonna feel the inclination to, listen to why I'm saying what I'm saying. Because this is, to me, this is a very serious subject matter. Okay, it is. I'm very anti-racism, colorism, homophobic, prejudice, bias, and religious hatred. Pulse, Charlotte, San Antonio, Buffalo. Need I go on, right? And I believe in silence being complacency. My window's open. These flies are like, I'm in the Bronx. I'm in the city. I'm not even in the country. I'm doing a video. Go get the water.
Listen, if you're gonna make videos in a household like this, then you should expect people coming out from time to time.
Use a condom. Birth control. Anyway. Anyway. Right. She made me forget where I was at. Well, anyway. I'm very anti those things. I believe silence is complacency, so I speak out against those things. I take those very seriously. You know what I'm saying? I'm anti all things that spew hatred. Right? And cultural hate, all of that. Like, it's like nails on a chalkboard saying, and if I see, I say something. That being said, remember the actress who played the movie Juno? Well, she's no longer she. He is it. She is a he. He has removed his breast. He has legally changed his name. He is a man. He has the show, the network Viceland. So he had a show called Gaycation. I know it sounds gaycation, right? She grew up Mormon. I'm referring to her as she because when I saw her tell this story, she was still a she. She grew up Mormon. They did not speak on sexuality. They did not speak on gender. They did not speak on those things. So she knew how she felt inside of herself, but she didn't discuss it, right? And even though she was an actress in Hollywood, she had like a helicopter mom and dad. Like every room she was in, they was in. Auditions, they never let her go by herself. After she would wrap filming, you know how you stay behind and chill? She was not allowed to. They was really Mormon. So she got her heart broken when she came out to her parents. They really disowned her. She has not spoken to her father. She secretly speaks to her mother. Her mom is trying to, but her mom is an old-fashioned woman who believes in sticking by her husband, and so she does not publicly acknowledge her, and so on, right? She's lost family members behind this. She got excommunicated out the Mormon community because of that. When she finally hit 18 and she came out the closet and she realized that her family disowned her and she got all her money, she started really roaming the LA streets, and she said that she never knew that they were members of the LGBTQIA who had been disowned at the ages of 13, 14 years old, that have been RAP'd in the streets, that have been JUMP, that they've gone through the stuff that they've gone through. I learned what the Duggery law was on that show. The most disgusting thing is major trigger warning. Major, especially if you are a member of the LGBTQIA. It is spelled D-U-G, and I'm only telling you because I feel like as a member of the LGBTQIA, you should know this law because it is active in 149 countries. I'm in the hood. Y'all gonna hear mad noise. Okay. I will not repeat what the law is. It is the most inhuman and most disgusting thing that I've ever seen in my life. And it is directly towards the LGBTQIA community. You see these flies? Get them on. Directly to the community. It is DUGGARIE. Major trigger warning. It is the most dehumanizing thing I've ever seen in my life. And 149 countries adopt that law. There are 149 countries in which it is illegal to be gay openly. Period. But you openly, you can do. I don't want to say, but just look up the Duggery law. It's disgusting. she discovered all of this stuff, right? And so she decided to make that show more so about visiting other countries and seeing the relations between that country and how they treat members of the LGBTQIA. There are countries where you can't even, like as a gay man, you cannot wear dresses. You cannot. No, you can't. You can't. It is not like over here where at least there's protective laws. You know, it's a hate crime. There is nothing. It is actually legal to harm them. Look up the Duggery law. Look up that law. I said all that to say this. I'm not gay. I'm not trans. I identify as a woman, born a woman. I've never questioned that about myself. So I don't go through the trials and tribulations that members of the LGBTQIA community go through. But I understand in my own, and I how can I say I understand? I comprehend. I'm human. My heart goes out. It breaks. I support the LGBTQI community. My issue, did I say it in the beginning of this video? Demi Lovato switched her pronoun back to she. Here's my issue. I have two issues with this. Is it my business or my place? No. It's not my business or my place where Demi Lovato is concerned or anybody's concerned, right? Here's my issue though. Number one, and this is just me getting this one specific thing out the way because I know a lot of you are going to be like, damn, she made it about herself and that was very petty of her. Well, I have to tell you half. I respect your pronouns. I ask that you please respect mine, but mines are not being properly respected. I have to add on to mine to placate the emotions of others who are picked on because of their identity, which I am so sorry. I will always refer to you as what you want me to refer to you. But now I have to add on to my pronouns or I'm being stripped of them. You want me to refer to you as your pronouns to respect you because you say you are what you're saying you are and what you identify. Well, I identify as a woman. I've never questioned that. I've never had to think about it. But now I have to add on. And if not, in some cases, there are people right now in Ohio, there's a group of teachers that are suggesting that we change mother to birth giver. If that happens, I will always be a mother. And I will always be referred to as mom. And birth giver, if you want to call me a drama queen for saying that sounds like a breeder, it does. It might not sound to you, but what if I tell you it offends me? Because if I was a trans woman and you offended me, you'd respect me when I say you're offending me, but you're not respecting me when I'm telling you I'm offended at you referring to me, a mother, as a birth giver. And I'm not saying it's happened, but it's being suggested. So that's becoming a pet peeve. Not calling you your pronoun, but me having to damn near break myself for you to respect mine. That's number one. And then if I say something, I'm coldophobic. Okay. Number two, there are so many members of the LGBTQIA community, bro, that have been literally disowned by their families. They don't get to speak to their moms or their siblings. That go when one relationship after the other being thrown into a closet because they're dating and have fallen in love with somebody who is ashamed to admit their true sexuality. So they have somebody as a beard and they playing with somebody, who's gay as the boyfriend or the girlfriend, and both hearts are being broken and both are being taken advantage of and used by someone who's having their cake and eating it too. Only the beard gets showcased. You get to walk down the aisle. You get to board the babies. You get to see the family. You get to be showcased. You get to walk into the company's a Christmas party. But the gay person who they have on the side, low key, okay, has to feel that they are dealing with someone who's too ashamed to claim them. That is fucked up. Okay? You have gay men and women who have to fight for their identity 20, 30 years strong. I have a tip for gay men and women who live in states where you cannot get married, because this is a problem that a friend of mine, and this is what I'm talking about. I have a friend who's been with her partner for 27 years. She had a stroke, and they didn't want to let my friend in to do anything, see her, nothing. And then the family, you got family members who are anti their relationship, so they like buffed her. She's been with her 27 years. 27 years. They don't want to let that lady go in the fucking room and see her. Proxy. If you are gay and you're in a relationship and you're in a state where you cannot get married, you can become your partner's proxy, and you will always be allowed into the room, and you will always be allowed to make important decisions. You hear me? Okay? I worked as a medical assistant, and I have my CNA license. I'm currently doing home health aid because COV scared the fuck out of me, and I got the fuck out of Dodge. Got some unemployment, came back, worked for an agency. Bitch was scared. Proxy, okay? You have gay men and women, you have trans men and women that have been fighting 20, 30 years of their lives, bro, for you to use the proper pronoun. There are tons of homophobics in the world who have said and continue to say over and over and over that members of the LGBTQIA community pick and choose. They pick and choose. I know in my heart and in my spirit that is not true. I've said to friends of mine who, these are my friends, grew up with them, love them, they men, they thugged out. They don't, they the type of dude like, I don't care about you being gay, but if you try to kiss me, son, like... I have a couple of guy friends who is like, they really are of this mindset. And I'm so tired of telling them, yo, bro, nobody wakes up one day and chooses to be disowned by their family, ridiculed by the world. And by the vine, sexuality is very personal, respectfully. I've gotten my salad. Love it. Love it. No, I'm not kissing you in that place back. I'll top you off. I'll lick your balls and all that. I'm not slipping my tongue through there. Respectfully. I love it though. I've been right over. Ooh, hold my ass cheeks open and everything. I'm not doing all that. Let me listen. My kids is out. They can't hear me though. The door's closed. You did what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I share a lot with my children, so I could, let me just leave that part out. Right? Let me not get off kilter, right? So many people fighting for their identity. And all these people who are saying that that's not true. Oh, my point was, because they back in the room, you don't wake up one day as a human being and decide to do certain sexual things. You understand me? You don't just wake up. That is in you, babe. That is who you are. I'm so tired of fighting with homophobics, real homophobics. That is, nobody wakes the fuck up and no, that's internal. That is really who they are. Like, what is wrong with them? Demi Lovato just gave every homophobic across the country and the world all the ammunition in the world to say, look, they do pick and choose. And even though at this point, due to a lot of her past, her past that has nothing to do with her identifiers, just her in and out of rehab and stuff like. And listen, I'm not trying to put her down for none of that. I think we should show mercy to fellow human beings at all times. You know what I'm saying? But she kind of like ruins her reputation. So a lot of people don't really give a fuck at this point what Demi Lovato says as far as that is concerned. My concern is that you just gave every phobic that says that y'all pick and choose, because her exact words was, I feel more feminine. So I feel more like a woman these days. So I'm going back to she. That's what all phobics say. You understand what I'm trying to say? This is an uphill battle. T.S. Madison has always been for many years known she's a she. Never woken up a day in her life doubting who the fuck she was. And it's still an uphill battle. It's still a fight. Thank God she's in a place that she's like, I love me some TS. I love me some TS Madison. I love her. I don't care. And I refer to her as a her. I refer to her as a her. Okay? And still, did y'all see her her show? I was watching her show. I want her to get a second season. I love her and her assistant. I love the whole crew. Her dad, finally. Do you know how old T.S. Madison is, bro? To finally have her father acknowledge his daughter. My issue with this whole, not just her, going back to the pronoun, which she has the right. Don't get me wrong. And I always read comments, and a lot of people are like agreeing with like, but y'all don't understand because you're not members of the LGBTQIA. It's how you feel. But you have members of the LGBTQIA for the past 20, 30, 40 years being ridiculed, being picked on, being disowned by their families because they refuse to see them as their identifier, as their pronoun, and what the fuck they telling you they are. So I feel like that's a slap in the face to them. I really do. And I know that as a member of the straight community, a lot of members of the LGBTQIA are going to roll their eyes and suck their teeth and drag me and all of this shit. But I use T.S. Madison as an example because she's famous and we all know her. There are thousands upon thousands of people globally who have been BATN, who have been disowned, who have had to live in the streets at 14, 15 years old because of their identity. That 20, 30 years later, they have never wavered and have never faltered. And they've had to fight just to be seen as what they identify themselves with. So I think a lot of the members of the LGBTQIA community that are being so dismissive about her switching her pronouns need to really stop and take all of the members of the LGBTQIA into consideration. Because there's people fighting for their identity. And for you to say, well, sometimes you wake up months later, is people 10 years strong fighting, saying, I am a woman, I am a man, I am a woman, I am a man, and nobody fucking believes them and they have to fight for it. And just as a sidebar, before I go, if I'm a celebrity and Demi got me dragged, I want a fucking formal apology and I'm going to tell you why. I don't know you. I don't live with you. I know you're a member of the LGBTQIA community. If I, as a member of the straight community, sometimes I feel like I can't ask because I feel I'm going to be attacked. And there's something like, I don't know what gender fluid is. I don't know what that is. I also don't know what binary. Binary, I have a hard time. I don't know what binary means. Because binary to me sounds like bisexual. Honestly, it sounds like bi-exual. So I'm almost scared to ask a member of the LGBTQI, like, what does that mean? Because I feel like you're going to roll your eyes, suck your teeth, and be mad and drag me. And I really don't know. I would like to know. Why is it your business? Because I fight homophobics. And I need ammunition. I need to know what I'm saying so that I could be an ally. You know, I'm an ally to black people. I'm an ally to, I am my own people, but, as a Puerto Rican, I'm an ally to Mexicans. I'm an ally. I'm always human first. Very proud to be Puerto Rican. Very proud to be Boricua. You can't tell me shit about being Puerto Rican. You can't tell me shit about being from the South Bronx. Oh, well, don't like it or the fuck you want. This is my borough. Very proud, but I'm always human first. I need ammunition. And it's sad that I need to because it's quite frankly shouldn't be anybody's business. But here's the thing. They're HOMO. We live in a country right now that goes out of its way to make certain communities' lives a living hell. Let's just be clear. What is it to you if two gay people get married? It's not your business or your place. Yet there are states in which don't allow two people who are in love with each other, who are professing and vowing to want to spend the rest of their life together, won't allow them to do that. That's ridiculous to me. Okay? But back to my sidebar, right? Celebrities, if they say anything that's insensitive about any topic, they get dragged, as they should, because you're being insensitive to a whole fucking group or race or culture. Like, apologize. But I don't really know you like that. And all I said publicly was, wow, Demi Lovato looks beautiful. She's always been beautiful. And you go on your IG and you drag me to Kingdom Come because I knew that your pronoun was they. I didn't, though. I really didn't. I don't know when you announced that. I wasn't online. I'm a celebrity just like you. Bitch, I'm busy too. Only time celebrities sat down to be online was during the pandemic. This is be clear. This is be real. If I'm an A-list celebrity, bitch, I'm fucking busy. I don't got time to stop by and look at everything you post. I didn't know that. And I apologize. You know, I will apologize today. If they are willing to, I don't know. That's not the thing, though. They get canceled from venues, they get money losses, and then they gotta go on an apology tour. Not to mention that multi-millions of members of the LGBTQIA community are roasting the fuck out of them, and they're not even phobic. They called her she. They called her the pronoun that she was born, not knowing that her identifier was different. But it's too late. And now venues, the management is calling them, telling them that they need to go on an apology tour. They need to apologize to Demi on the whole entire LGBTQI community, and it doesn't absolve them because from getting in trouble because 2 venues already canceled. That's the whole point of going on the apology tour. That's the whole point of you apologizing. You already cost us 2 shows. We can't get that money back. And every other year, you're switching your pronoun. I'm a want a cashier's check, a Zelle, a Cash App. I want my money for my venue. And for anybody who's going to say, well, no, you're wrong, because at that moment, that was her pronoun. If I don't know that some type of epiphany has hit her from Monday to Wednesday, and on Thursday, I refer to her as a she. How am I wrong? Is she right to drag me on Friday? You didn't announce on Wednesday that you had an epiphany from Monday into. Let me not be a bitch. If it took several months, let me not be a bitch. That was me being an asshole. I apologize. Because I respect everybody. If 6-7 months go by and you are your identity and you feel it and say you're changing. If during that process I refer to you as a specific pronoun and I am not of any knowledge of what you're going through mentally, of what you're going through emotionally, I am not gay, so I don't know what it is that gay people go through when they know who they are, when they go tell their family. I would imagine it's scared when you're going to tell your family, you know what I'm saying? I would imagine that it is confusion because when we are being raised, we are given girls' toys and boys' toys, girls' clothes and boys' clothes, and I get that. And I take that into consideration. But I don't know how it feels internally, so I don't want to, be so trivial with that. If I don't know, it's not fair for you to go on your IG and have millions of members of the LGBTQIA community drag me like that, bro. And you cost me fucking money. I know you was going through a transition. I'm not in your house. I'm not in your brain. And then for you to finally come to your epiphany and then make your announcement that I actually got the right pronoun, but where's my apology for how you got me dragged 3-4 months ago? And I'm not talking about the baby. I was very upset about the baby. Listen, I worked at a GYN. I also worked at an adult clinic. I've had my medical assistant license, my CNA license, and now I'm doing HHA. Please stop. If you're a member of the straight community, please stop saying that certain DISE only applies to the gay community. Please stop. I worked at an adult clinic. I worked at a GYN. At the adult clinic that I worked at, the doctor has several doctors using office spaces. Every Wednesday, there was a blood specialist that would come in. He only dealt with people with DISEAS. DISEASES. I know how to spell it. Right? I was the person who you gave your name and DOB to. I cannot tell you how many people are walking around with multiple that have HERPES along with HEPATITS along with. And there are a lot of straight people not using condoms because they have this ideology that it only happens to members of the LGBTQI. Please stop spreading that false information. There's a lot of Americans that need to have the second SES talk with a doctor because whoever had it with them the first time failed them. And while they're there, needs to get a checkup. A blood one. Okay? So what the baby said was asinine, it was immature, and he deserved every ounce of every second that he got dragged. I have two uncles, one on my mom and one on my dad's, who during the 80s when it broke out, inherited it. They were both heterosexual. They both liked women. And they're both gone. So please stop spreading false information. Okay? Any sort of blood transfusion, any transference of blood and body liquids, it could happen. Okay? I'm talking about her getting on her IG and calling for millions of us to go to a celebrity and drag the fuck out of them. And this is not the first time, the second time. Demi Lovato is finding herself, and I have no issues with that. But find yourself to yourself, by yourself, on your own, before you come out here and get celebrities' money's fucked with. And get millions of members of the LGBTQIA all pissed off. And you not even there yet, ma. T.S. Madison don't got a wonder, babe. Young and May not looking like she, I don't. King Young and May with the Q. King with a Q. Don't have a problem being a king with a fucking Q. Queen Latifah, I ain't never really seen her, you know what I'm saying? But we just recently found out about Rico, kind of knew. Like, didn't you know that back in the day? I'm 40, y'all. You ain't know that? You ain't figured out? You ain't figured out Missy Elliott either? But that was the time period where we didn't say nothing and we loved them anyway, right? Only homophobic people fucking mess it up for everybody. Only fucking hate-filled motherfuckers always fuck it up for everybody. There's a lot of members of the, and I'm not saying, because I've heard a lot of members of the LGBT, including Flames Monroe, T.S. Madison, amongst many others, tell their stories about how they figured out who they was, and I'm not trivializing that either. I'm not saying that it's such an easy thing. I'm saying you have so many members who it took them time, they found who they was, they found their identifier, and have been fighting tooth and nail, family, friends, criticism, the world, bro. Getting stared at everywhere they go because everybody knows what you was born, but you're wearing a skirt. And you have to fight to be respected. For your identity to be respected. And for Demi Lovato, to every other year, she switches her pronoun because of what she's feeling. Love. I say this with the fullest respect as someone who doesn't understand all the trials and tribulations of what it must be like to come to terms with the fact that you are born in the wrong body or you come from a really phobic family and you know you're gay. My heart goes out to them. I have no idea what that feels like. But I know that there's a lot of members of the community that have been fighting to be respected as who they're telling you they are for the past 10, 20, 30 years of their life. And they know who they are and they got it right. Find out who you are, get it right, and then come tell us. Or better yet, don't tell us. But I think it's a really big problem. I feel like a lot of phobic people are going to use that as the ammunition that they need to say, yes, they do pick and choose. And I know in my heart and in my spirit that's not true. It is also, in my opinion, slapping in the face. I hate the summer. I want to close my window, y'all, but I can't turn on my AC. It's a long story. Basically, the ending of the story is my landlord's a slumdog. All New York City landlords are slumlords, let me tell you. All of them. Anyway, I think this is also slap in the face to every member of the LGBTQIA who has been screaming for the past 10, 15, 20 years of their life to respect their identity. And I think it's very unfair that because she identifies with the LGBTQIA, she knows that we have to have a certain level of sensitivity for her. Because if not, you're going to get dragged like a motherfucker. Nobody feels like getting dragged. I don't feel like getting dragged either. But I got to say it was in my spirit. Because it's in my spirit, so I got to let it go. I think it's unfair that she will get on her IG and she will call for millions of us to drag somebody for her to only say 9 months later that she has refound herself. Babe, you still searching, and I'm gonna need you to go on that journey alone. And when you find that, get to the end, keep it to yourself. You've exhausted the public, or at least me. So, if you're a member of the LGBTQI community, please understand, I'm not bashing y'all in no way, shape, form, or fashion. If anything, I think this is a problem. I've argued with homophobics, and I'm not even trans, I'm not gay, and I argue with them. I'm tired of arguing with them. I'm so sick of arguing with them, but I always do it because, like I said, silence is complacency. I always stand up to what I see that's fucked up. I'm always going to have the conversation. I'm a light-skinned bitch. I speak out against colorism in my own community. I check Hispanics. I check my Hispanics, my fellow Hispanics. There is colorism in my community. Excuse me, there's prejudice in my community. And I absolutely hold our feet to the fire. On my Facebook, I be one off. On my IG, I be one off. I'm Christian. I love Jesus. I am so quick to call out Christian hypocrisy. My fellow to non-Christians, oh, she's so Christian. To Christians, the devil has a hold on. You don't see she comes out like a fiera. They're not coming out fiera like a bat out of hell. What the fuck is wrong with her? She didn't go to church. She didn't listen. I did. And it, when I used our own Bible against you and point out your Christian hypocrisy. I call out everything that I see. So please don't take it like it's offensive. I'm concerned over two things more than anything. And I did mention two other things. The two things that I mentioned was, one, if you want me to respect your pronouns, please respect mine. Please respect mine. I'm not really like catching a titty attack over it, but it is a conversation, right? And the celebrity thing. My real problem is, though, this is homophobics gonna have a field day with this shit, bro. And then members of the LGBTQIA who have been fighting for so many years to be respected by their own parents, their own siblings, their own fucking cousins, to be respected as just who they telling you they are. And even though she's on a journey and she deserves to identify herself, and this has been going on for the past couple of years, it's like there's so many members of the LGBTQIA who for the past 15, 20, you know exactly who the fuck they are, and are still fighting to be identified as who they are. So for her to, I feel like it's too convenient for her to keep doing this. I don't know what she's going through, but she needs to go through it by herself and not let us know shit at this point. So, thank you for watching my video. If you are a member, please understand I'm not trying to attack you. I hope you received my message the way it came. I just don't think, I'm over her. I'm over her. But I just wanted to say that because that's the first thing that popped into my head. I'm an overthinker, so nothing that is presented to me is what it is after like 5 minutes. Because that's when my brain starts. An overthinker will find shit in the dark with no lights. You let us think about it for too long. So that's what I wanted to say. yeah, tell me what you think, but please keep it respectful. I do respect the LGBTQIA community. If you are a member of the LGBTQIA community, please feel free to tell me whatever you feel you need to tell me. While you're there, could you please, and I'm serious, what is binary? Not for real. I don't know. And why do I want to know? Because I really do argue with homophobic people. And I know a lot of stuff for the most part, but that is one thing that I just don't get, and they always chat me like that. You know, and then and they want to do this, and they want to do that, and I'll be breaking shit down to them, and they be like, so what the fuck is binary? I'll be like, don't switch it. Hey, I'll switch it back. Explain to me what that is, please. And I took so long, damn, I took 35 minutes to say that. Thank you for watching my video. And I hope you took it from the concern and loving place that it came from. And if you are someone who disagrees with the LGBTQIA lifestyle, keep it to yourself. What your mama said. Got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. These are human beings. They're people too. Every community is going through something, and we all deserve our proper respect, okay? Inclusive to pronouns. I am a mother and a woman. Let me go. Bye, y'all. Thank you for watching my video.